There are some wild animals we see, and then there are some we feel like we know. For millions of people around the world, Jackie was one of those animals. We watched her through snowstorms. We watched her defend her nest. We watched her raise her young. We watched her stand beside Shadow through seasons of triumph and seasons of heartbreak. For years, Jackie wasn't simply an eagle on a camera. She became part of people's lives.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Scape News. Today's kind of a sad, heartfelt day. I know a lot of people won't like it, that's okay, but we're going to continue with our assistant and voiceover, put together a collaboration, Jackie and Shadow over the years. We might do something longer later, but for now, this is what we got. Of course, ironically, we've been working on the mini-series, The Nest, so we come across quite a few older photos and images as well. So follow along with this. Hope everybody has a better evening. As always, we want to thank you, and as always, be safe.
And today, August 10th, 2026, the Big Bear Eagle community is facing a heartbreaking reality. Queen Jackie is gone. Jackie was a wild bald eagle living above Big Bear Lake in Southern California. She wasn't born to be famous. She wasn't trained for television. She didn't know millions of people were watching. She was simply living the life of a bald eagle. But thanks to the cameras operated by Friends of Big Bear Valley, the world was given something extraordinarily rare, a window into the private life of a wild eagle family. And Jackie became the heart of that window. She became known affectionately to many followers as Queen Jackie, not because she wore a crown, but because she carried herself like one. And then there was Shadow. Together, Jackie and Shadow became one of the most recognizable wild bald eagle couples on Earth. Their relationship unfolded in front of millions of eyes. We watched them build. We watched them protect. We watched them raise their young. And when things went wrong, we watched them endure. Their story became bigger than the nest itself. Somewhere along the way, strangers scattered across the world began sharing something in common. They were all rooting for Jackie and Shadow. And now, Shadow has lost his mate. In recent weeks, Jackie faced one of the greatest challenges of her life. A territorial confrontation with younger bald eagles left her seriously compromised. She was rescued and taken to the Ojai Raptor Center, where veterinarians immediately began fighting to save her. Her condition was critical. She was suffering from severe anemia and serious medical complications, and the people caring for her refused to give up. We recently told you about one extraordinary part of that fight. Another bald eagle named Spirit donated blood in an attempt to give Jackie the boost she desperately needed. And to be clear once again, this was not Jackie and Shadow's offspring named Spirit. This was a different eagle, an ambassador at Calm Zoo, whose blood became part of an extraordinary effort to save Jackie. It was one more example of just how many people and animals came together for her. But despite intensive treatment, despite oxygen therapy, despite supportive care, despite around-the-clock monitoring, and despite the combined efforts of veterinarians and consulting specialists, Jackie continued to decline. The Ojai Raptor Center said that every decision was guided by the available medical evidence, Jackie's welfare, and their responsibility to do what was in her best interest. That's an important part of this story. Because when we lose an animal we've come to love, it's easy to wish that someone could have done more. But the people caring for Jackie did everything they could. They didn't see an internet icon. They saw a critically ill wild eagle who deserved every chance they could give her. Early this morning, August 10th, after days of intensive treatment, Jackie died while in the care of the Ojai Raptor Center in Ojai, California. She was approximately 14 years old. Soar free. Queen Jackie. Jackie leave behind more than a nest. She leave behind memories shared by millions. She leaves behind generations of young eagles who carried her story forward. She leaves behind Shadow and an extraordinary community of people who will never forget her. For years, Viewers watched Jackie without ever being able to touch her. They couldn't call her. They couldn't comfort her. They couldn't tell her how many people cared. But they watched. And somehow, she became part of their lives anyway. Tonight, Scape News wants to say something that sometimes gets lost when we talk about an animal like Jackie. Thank you to friends of Big Bear Valley. Thank you for giving the world a window into Jackie's life. To the volunteers who monitored that nest, thank you for watching when millions of us couldn't. To the Ojai Raptor Center, thank you for opening your doors and fighting for Jackie. To every veterinarian, technician, wildlife rehabilitator, specialist, volunteer, transporter, supporter, and conservation professional who played a part, thank you for refusing to give up on her. And to Kamzu, thank you for Spirit's extraordinary contribution. Jackie may not have survived, but the effort to save her mattered. There's a temptation when an animal dies to remember only the way the story ended, but that isn't how we should remember Jackie. Remember her standing on that nest. Remember her enduring the snow. Remember her protecting her young. Remember her beside Shadow. Remember the eagle who became a symbol of strength, motherhood, resilience, and the wild beauty of Big Bear Valley. Jackie never knew how many people were watching. She never knew how many hearts she touched. She simply lived her life, and somehow, that was enough. Today, millions of people are saying goodbye to an eagle they never met. And perhaps that's the greatest testament to the life she lived. Soar free, Queen Jackie. Your nest will never be the same, and neither will we.